Hello, everyone. Welcome to June 26th Zeam call. And our focus here is DevNet 5 optimizations, shadow sims, and uh, network, DevNet network that we are trying to run with all Zeam nodes, as well as our steps to start doing interop with other clients. So let's begin with Anshul.
Yeah, so majority of the week I spent in like looking into the folk choice rules of Clean Ethereum and the optimizations that Lambda team has proposed, and I've already raised a PR regarding the changes and reversal of the source target selection thing on source target reversal thing on that, and plus the assertions that we had between a second state later justified. So that is already there. The PR on the Zeam side with all these specifications have also been merged yesterday. So yeah, that is one thing. Apart from that, like today I was looking into few of the PRs that are already there on Zeam side because we have a lot of pending ones. So yeah, that's about it. But apart from that, do we have any more ideas about block production optimizations? Because I think ideas ideas that most of the ideas that we had initially, I have already implemented them. Right now, I like just look around and see in the code base itself what should be done, and uh, yeah.
So first of all, that the latest PR that we agreed to merge and approve, right? For that, do we have PR in Zeem as of now?
Regarding the lean spec one, like the removal of assertion.
No, not that. The one basically where we said that we will vote with the heads. Let us just divide as the source.
Yeah, so that is not there, but apart from that, all the other optimizations are already there. This I'll merge along with the assertion PR. So I was thinking that once it gets merged on lean spec, then I'll do that, but it's like a
No,
minor change. I'll do it regardless.
do a separate PR and let's merge that, and
Yeah, yeah.
let's
Okay.
merge the other PR on Zeem at least. That
Mhm.
shouldn't change because at least we know that that is the correct way to go. Right, that is
Yeah.
the simplified version. So let's do that. Let's merge both the PRs on Zeem,
Hmm.
and obviously let's also wait. Let's also get the simplification PR merged on Lean spec as well.
Yeah. So maybe you can just give it a look and approve it. I can merge it myself as well, but I'll ask for review on the group as well.
Got it. I'll take a look. And with regard to optimizations, have did we complete the SSZ hash tree root cache optimization?
Yeah, yeah, that was merged like a couple of weeks back. I don't remember when, but it has been quite some time.
So right now Zeem is using that optimization.
Right.
Right, cool. Awesome. I don't think so. So we also, so in our gossip objects, are we carrying the bytes with our gossip objects or not? The original bytes, are we carrying them? Because especially, for example, when we are writing in into the database, we don't need to serialize them again. So do we have these kind of optimizations as well already in the
And
client?
not sure. Partha, do you know what's the status there?
Which one? Sorry, I was a bit distracted.
So basically, where we don't have to re deserialize or serialize again. So we carry the bytes.
Yeah,
So
we take a. Yeah, I think we were doing a copy and then one time and passing that on. I have to double check. I'm not sure if we are deserializing and serializing every time we do it. It was just done once. That was one improvement we implemented in DevNet 4 for the scaling bit. It was part of the hot path, and we removed that and did a copy, I think. Yeah, I have to
But
go back on it.
so also when we are writing into database, especially then,
Yeah.
you can just write the bytes. So check for all instances of SSZ, deserialize and reserialize and validate that they can be optimized or not.
Okay.
And everything else we should be doing by the new clone utility, right? That we added in
Yeah.
SSZ. So just check this, and I think as
So
such,
I have already removed the other function while adding the clone utility. I removed the serialize and copy and deserialize thing. So it is not possible that we must be using that. So I had initially added that for one of the benchmarking tests, but I removed it because there was a possibility that we might unintentionally use it. So
right.
I don't think that would be the case now, that we don't have that function. So unless somebody reintroduced it, we cannot have it.
Yeah, just then check for deserialization and reserialization and see we are not doing it unnecessarily. Okay. And with regard to aggregators, we have not yet tested the split part of it, right? We have not tested or worked on splitting from the branch and adding to the new proposal, right? We haven't. So, are our aggregators doing that right now or not?
Every block that is received is deaggregated and is stored in the payloads map. So we already do that, and it is as per the spec.
But we are not publishing it.
We are not publishing it, right?
So aggregators need to publish it. We don't even have the spec for publishing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we do that?
So right now, this deconstruction happens at every node, irrespective of it being a publisher, a proposer, or an aggregator. So if everybody is already doing that, do we need a publishing thing?
Not everybody should be doing that. Only aggregators should be doing it. So you need to publish it for everyone, right?
Yeah, but right now everybody does it. So do you want me to change the specs as well here?
Yes, we should change. Not everyone should do it. Only aggregators should do it, and they should republish and others should consume. So that is one optimization that we can bring into the picture over here.
Okay.
So
So it'll be a
for
global topic.
yes, there should be a global topic, which basically you can name it as whatever.
So
I mean,
So other optimization on this front, what I had thought of, it is unimplemented anywhere else. So right now we do like a naive deconstruction. So it will deconstruct attestations that have already been justified as well on the state level. So instead of doing that, we can only deconstruct attestations that can basically help, uh, which are basically ahead of the current latest justified on
yeah,
the. Yeah.
exactly. So exactly, just let's optimize that part where if there is a justification that move forward, so we basically split or deconstruct that and reseed the network as the new payloads, right? So
Yeah.
although I mean, as such, everyone should be. I mean, even proposer can do that, but let's assume that proposer is already.
I'll just not
No.
add this on lean spec side because we don't have such. It will become a little complicated there. I'll just add it on the Zeam side.
No. I think the best thing is that when the proposer has recursively aggregated the votes, it should publish them again. It should publish them along with the block. So if there is a justification that is being moved forward, right? So that is the right thing to do, I guess.
Okay. So the type 1 aggregations.
Yeah, but it will still increase the network bandwidth.
So it happens at different point in time technically. So right now the type 1 aggregation as per my latest PR only happens in interval 4. In interval 1 we just pack those type 1 already aggregated attestations and sign it and do like the recursive type 2 aggregation. So bandwidth won't be an issue as such because that is happening at different point in time. We won't be publishing it with the block. We'll be publishing it before the block proposal starts.
I mean, ideally, that is the job of the aggregator, right?
Yeah.
So what we can actually do is, okay, maybe, okay, I think, so what is the time it takes for deconstruction?
Mm, I don't have the numbers, but I haven't seen any issues on
Do
that front.
we have a metric for that, Anshul?
We have it on. I'll just send the numbers by referring it from lean spec, and I think it
Okay.
happens off the main loop, so it's not an issue as such. But yeah, I'll share the numbers from lean bench.
Okay.
Although their the problem there is that their numbers are more theoretical in the sense that they do like a pretty huge construction and deconstruction on the lean spec side. On the lean Ethereum side, that is not possible because they do like uh, multi-message aggregation of 128 messages and then try to deconstruct it. But yeah, they should be like
Do we have metrics for this?
uh no, I don't think we do have.
So
Okay. I think we should add.
can we add the
Yeah.
metrics
Yeah,
in
yeah.
spec as well as in all the clients? And I think rather than just looking at the numbers, we should put up the metrics.
Yeah, okay.
And okay, all right. So let's track these things. Let's not do anything because I think there is a trade-off between bandwidth and computation. Again, over here, unless there are aggregators who can totally offload most of the work, and basically the original aggregates themselves are like, single source of truth. They are like everything is already aggregated. So aggregators are aggregating across multiple subnets, which basically means can we start looking at two-level aggregation, I guess, where aggregators, then there are, I think this is the mesh we should start looking at, that two-level aggregation, so that validators don't need to do all of this work and they might just need to perform very little. So if you have mostly things aggregated and then you still aggregate a little bit of more payloads, the work for validator should be reduced, right? That is the intuition here.
Right.
So
Plus,
can
it will have
do we
time to do type 2 aggregation within the block interval.
not? So this is so recursive aggregation is what, type 1 or type 2?
Both type 1 and type 2 are recursive. Type 1 is recursive over same message. Type 2 is
Yeah,
over different.
yeah. So this is recursive over same message, right? So I'm saying that if let's say there are most of the attestations have been aggregated by level 2 aggregators or what are super aggregators, and then a validator still tries to add something to it, basically aggregated with some other payloads of the same message, what will it lead to reduced computation time? So do we have numbers for this?
No, I think we have observed them to be much more heavy on the computation side. I think we do have matrix for this. I'll look up to that and share the details.
Yeah, so can you share all these metrics so that we can basically say that let's do this? And so what we can basically do is that we can unroll the unique attestation data in the block, because there is finally one aggregation that is already happening. So that means that we don't need to aggregate all the type 1 signatures for single attestation data. So we can have basically, same repeated attestation data 8 times or 3 times or 4 times, whatever that is. But yes, with heavy payloads, and they definitely get aggregated in type 2, right? So we can move back from a single attestation data, uh, unique attestation data aggregation, into saying that, okay, we can maybe have two repetitions of this particular attestation
But
data,
I
because
think it is
it
not
will save us
possible
computation.
as per Lean. I'll have to check, but I think it has a uniqueness constraint over there. So
Type 2 aggregation has a uniqueness constraint for message hash.
yes,
So we can get that unrolled if that is the case.
yeah, I'll check that as well.
Because what I want is that if, for example, validators avoid doing type 1 aggregation at all,
Mm-hmm.
they just do type 2 aggregation, right? So you have saved a whole bunch of time.
Yeah, yeah, I understand like the benefit of that, but I'll check that. But like right now, how we do it is also I think okay. We do like aggregation of type 1 and interval 4 only, and don't do any kind of type 1 aggregation while producing the blocks. So
Right.
uh,
So
it
in fact, no,
assumption.
then you can also move your block production and interval back, right? What is stopping you from starting your block production in the last interval itself?
Nothing
So
is stopping us.
nothing is stopping, yes. So generally the fork choice rule is that the view of the proposing validator needs to be bigger than the view of everyone else, because everyone else stop merging their new attestations that they see in the last interval. That is what guarantees it, but it doesn't need to be that it has to be greater. It could be greater than equal to the view of everyone else, right? So you don't strictly need to have this last interval. And even if you have, what you can do is basically, uh, so once your type 1 aggregation is done, and if you still want to pack something and you don't have the uniqueness constraint, then you can pack it, right?
Yeah,
You don't do any computation in post a certain time.
yeah.
Okay, so check, get all these numbers, and let's see what we can do on this.
Okay.
All right. So let's move to Kai for shadow sims.
Uh, yes. So for shadow simulators test, I think so. Right now, I tested 128 nodes. Because so I think the latest Zigbee PDP version has fixed the issue. But right now, so because the RAM of this machine is only 90, maybe 90, 94 gigabytes, and so when we running 128 nodes, it will use a lot of swarm. So the network will uh, very slow. I think so. It basically cannot work. So right now I just reduced to test um, 96 nodes.
So basically, you are saying that if it's using swap, then lib p2p setup doesn't work. It is not, the network is not live anymore.
Yeah, yeah. It the progress is very very slow. So um, I just checked. Maybe half an hour only one slot.
But
program.
half hour one slot, that's crazy.
So because it use about 100 gigabytes swarm. So I think the machine is quite maybe um, uh, machine's capability is limited. So I just so right now I just want to see what how the situation about 96 nodes.
All right, cool. So let's see 96, and for how many slots are you running it for?
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
are running it for how many slots?
Uh, so it's still running. So let me check. Wait a moment. So besides the shadow testing, uh so I asked the Tasha for the Hive test. Uh so he 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 said maybe we can test the blog blog publish time and aggregate time. So I'm working a test, try to test. I want to test uh, the clients uh, uh, if it can publish blogs in time. So yeah, I'm working on this in Hive.
Okay, so and did you look deeply into Hive, how it works and how the tests are being run? So if we want to start adding tests into it, can we do that?
Mm. So maybe I think maybe next week. So this week I use most time to work on the shadow. So maybe next I can give some
Okay.
sharing share with you guys.
Yeah, let's get on top of that, please. Okay, we are waiting for Partha to be back, I guess. Until, do we have anything else to discuss in the meantime?
Mm, not really. Like there's just EIP that is pending, but I'll be updating that and I'll ping you on Telegram itself.
Right,
That is another thing that I'm working on.
got it. So my update is I have been looking into the fork choice issues with Anshul, as well as tracking our progress on Shadow and DevNet runs, and looking into various timing issues that are coming across. So that is my update. Partha, let's move to you if you're there.
Hello. Am I audible?
Partha, you are barely audible. It's like
So,
very low.
yeah. So sorry, I was a bit away. Yeah. So I was saying that I've been focusing mostly on stability of Zig libBTP and scaling the setup. We've run into a minor scaling issue when we are dealing with a multiple subnet devnet. I have one final fix which I have ready for testing right now, which I'll push shortly, which should hopefully fix the problem that Kai is facing. I'll test it on a live network and see how things go. Yeah, that should hopefully solve the problem. And then I will do a cross client test later today. Uh, Hopefully that should, yeah, keep the network stable for a long time. So right now we do have finality up to probably 36 slots. After that, because of scaling issues, it runs out. I'm running a pure Zeam only DevNet, not a multi-client DevNet. Yeah, that's been my update. I have nothing else.
This is how many nodes network?
32 nodes. When I run on the
Suppose-
Shadow server, I'm not able to run more than 10 because of the block production requirements. Every node starts to stall.
Okay, so 10 nodes, how long they run?
I ran it for 1 hour. Everything was running okay. So I closed it because Kai had to do his shadow testing. I didn't run it longer than that, but now I'm using on the server, so it should work okay.
Okay. So I see your message, Kai. I think, yes, let's reduce the number of nodes from 96 to what? 64?
64 with 8 7 eyes works fine.
Okay, so how many slots did you run it for?
I think we run several hundred slots last time.
Okay. All right, Partha. So once you, so I guess, Kai, let's keep it running for some thousand slots and see, couple of thousand slots, and let it just keep running. And
Oh.
Partha, so what is our plan for the scaling now? Should we create a branch in which we basically provide block production more intervals? So basically have increase the slot time, increase the number of intervals, and say that 0 to third interval is block production.
Probably. I just want to confirm with Anshul if he's implemented that change where we start the aggregation 1 slot earlier, right? If that PR is ready, if, we need to measure that as well, and before we move to changing or increasing the slot intervals.
So I think increasing the slot time is the right thing to do to basically test on the normal commodity machine. So let's merge Anshul's PR first, and then let's do that, right? That is sort of the plan. All right, guys, that seems to be all on today's agenda. Anything else we have to discuss about?
That EIP.
EIP, I guess, yeah, once we are a little bit ahead on DevNet 5 testing, we can discuss about it. But is there something contentious regarding it, or only the reviews are required for the EIPs? Can't hear you, Partha.
Can you hear me now?
I guess you are still away.
Yeah, I was saying that I didn't get a response from any of the other reviewers there, so we can probably catch up on that once things are done. We don't hurry about it.
Okay, let's talk about the EIPs on Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll have a call on Monday and let's talk about it. All right, guys, that will be end of today's call, and probably next week call we'll be skipping, and then we'll hopefully start having calls from there onwards. So 3 July call is sort of cancelled, and then we'll see if we start reconvening week after that. And so thank you for coming to this call, and we'll see you later in the async, and we'll talk on Monday, definitely, regarding our progress, and hopefully on Wednesday as well before the Wednesday call. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.